Hello, my name is Dan Johns, and today I'll be talking a little bit about France and its background, Hofstede's dimensions, and major industries. Here is a map of France, showing all the major cities within the country. France's direct neighbors with 6 other countries. They are Spain, Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Italy. With the UK, my actual place of birth, Netherlands or Holland, and Austria pretty close by as well. Intro to France. The population of France is 66 plus million. Their flag is a combination of a tricolour of blue, white and red and vertical stripes. The French national anthem is La Marseillaise. The capital of France is Paris. Its ethnic groups are Celtic, Latin, and Teutonic, which is also Frankish. They speak purely French. Their religions are mainly Roman Catholic, with 83 to 88% of them being Roman Catholic. The currency they use is the euro. The GDP was 2.184 trillion last year in 2015. History and political background. The President of France name is Francis Hollande. He was born in Rouen, France in 1954. He attended a series of elite French schools and joined the Socialist Party in 1979. He was first elected to the Useless Town Council, and he went on to win National Assembly seat in 1988. He was made chair of the Socialist Party and announced a bid for presidency in 2011. And he beat Nicolas Sarkozy to become France's 24th president in 2012. The politics of France take place with the framework of a semi-presidential system determined by the French Constitution of the Fifth Republic. France joined the EU on the 1st of January in 1958, one of the first countries involved with joining the EU. Hofstede's dimensions. First, we will start with the power distance. Power distance is defined as the extent to which the less powerful members of institutions and organizations within a country expect and accept that power is distributed unequally. With a score of 68, France scored fairly high on the power distance. It is, therefore, a society in which a fair degree of inequality is accepted. Power is not only centralized in companies and government, but also geographically. Individualism. The fundamental issue addressed by the dimensions is the degree of interdependence a society maintains among its members. It has to do with whether people's self-image is defined in terms of I or we. France, with a score of 71, is shown to be an individualist society. Parents make their children emotionally independent with regard to group in which they belong. This means that one is only supposed to take care of one and one's family. The French combination of a high score on power distance and a high score on individualism is rather unique. Masculinity. The fundamental issue is what motivates people wanting to be the best, masculine, or liking what you do, feminine. With a score of 43, France has somewhat feminine culture. At face value, this may be indicated by its famous welfare system, the 35-hour working week, 5 weeks of holiday per year, and its focus on the quality of life. The upper class scores feminine while the working class scores masculine. Uncertainty avoidance. This dimension has to do with the way that a society deals with the fact the future can never be known. Should we try to control the future or just let it happen? At 83, French culture scores high on uncertainty avoidance. This is clearly evident of the following. The French don't like to be surprised. Structure and planning are required. Before meetings and negotiations, they like to receive all necessary information. Long-term orientation. This dimension describes how every society has to maintain some links with its own past while dealing with the challenges of the present and future, and societies prior to these existing goals differently. France scored a 63 in this dimension, making it pragmatic. In societies with a pragmatic orientation, people believe the truth depends very much on the situation, context, and time. Intelligence. This dimension is defined as the extent to which people try to control their desires and impulses, based on the way they were raised. France scored somewhat in the middle of a 48, where it concerns intelligence versus restraint. This, in combination with a high score of uncertainty avoidance, implies that the French are less relaxed and enjoy life less often than is commonly assumed. Major industries: automobile manufacturing, aircraft production, chemicals, electronics, machinery manufacturing, and tourism. These are some of the major industries within France. According to Forbes, France had quite a few rated in the top 2,000 for the most making profitable companies. Such things in the automobiles department like Renault and Piaggio. They have AXA Group, L'Oreal Group, which is a women's makeup manufacturer, Total and EDF Energy, Schneider Electricity, and of course tourism. Tourism like the Eiffel Tower in Paris, their main attraction in their capital city. With revenue from tourism last year represented 7% of France's economic activity and brought in a revenue of 150 billion euros. It's amazing. Here are the references I used for my presentation today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.